So, how do you feel about everything that we've talked about so far?
Very interesting. A lot of good information, stuff I didn't know.
Good, good. Well, that's what we like to hear. Now, given all that, what we've talked about so far, let's take a look at, in situations similar to yours, about how many grafts you would need.
Okay.
You identified yourself as a 5A on the Norwood scale, and we have the Bosley medically approved general treatment range chart. And this chart,
the MAGTER,
the
internationally known MAGTER. Yes.
Well, you know, obviously it correlates with the Norwood scale, and you can tell the doctors came up with this over the years because they know in situations similar to yours about how many grafts you would need to make a cosmetic difference you'd be happy with.
Yeah.
So if you take a look at 5A, which is what you identified yourself as, we have a range here. This is per procedure. If you take a look at the front, there's 800 to 1600 grafts in the front or more, see that little plus sign?
Right.
Or more to make a cosmetic difference you're happy with. So what does that plus sign mean? You might be able to get another 100, 200 grafts, but any more than that you start getting that crowding, and then there'd be competing and not all of them would make it. So the doctor knows that. He wants, every one of them is precious. Every graft is precious. We don't want to lose any.
Yeah.
So this is why we have this range. Any less than 800, you wouldn't be happy with the cosmetic result because they'd be spread too thin, and so don't even go there. So this is the range that we're talking about that you'd be happy with.
Okay.
And you truly can use that range, and I'll show you what that means in a second.
Okay.
If you're talking about the top, which is what we're talking about from the top we're talking 200 to 400, a little bit more maybe in the top. So as you can see, there's already, if you do the math, 1,600 and 400, that's 2,000 grafts.
Right.
Typically, the doctor can harvest around 2,000 grafts per procedure. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. That all depends on your donor area. The doctor measures the cubic centimeters of how closely cropped, how dense your hair is back here. He also measures your cranium. So those two are the two indices, the two factors that will correlate to how many grafts can be harvested per procedure.
Okay.
Keep in mind that you have 2, 3, or 4 grafts in each, hairs in each graft. So 1,000 grafts equals 2,500 hairs.
Okay. Okay.
So, 2.5 is the statistical mean.
Sure.
So that's a lot of hair. So 2,000 grafts is 5,000 hairs more or less.
Right.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so so we don't want to have the confusion with graft and just a single hair, because sometimes it's more.
Okay.
So.